This conference will now be recorded.
All right, give me 1 second, y'all, and we're gonna get this party started. I want to just make a couple of changes as we're going along, and we will get started in just a moment, literally just a moment from now. Okay. So, anyways, good morning, everybody. It is awesome that you all are on the call. I greatly appreciate you guys for coming on the call. So today's call, I'm going to tell you guys up front, we're going to do something a little different. So everybody that's on this call should know that we have switched from one train of thought, from one direction to another direction. Well, it's all the same direction, but it's a different aspect of the same direction, you guys. So it's very important that we all are on the same page. So we are in a mindset of becoming a contrarian. And so what I'm going to do is everybody that's on this call that so desires to participate, I'm going to give each of those people that participate $75 at the end of next week. So for those of you who are on this call and participate with me in a process, right? So since we are becoming contrarians, we are going to be moving opposite from what we normally do. And the way that we're going to do this is by taking action to change our mindsets, okay? So we're going to take action, which is going to help us change our mindset. And so what we're going to do, and the reason I'm going to pay you guys the $75 is because I'm going to give you, for those of you who participate, I'm going to give you $5, which is far more than necessary to buy yourselves a journal, okay? You're going to buy a journal. It can be a ring binder. It can be whatever it is you want. I really don't care. But what you're going to do is you're going to take this binder and you're going to write on it two things, okay? You're going to write on this journal, my future. Very important. We're going to write on our journals, my future. And then we are going to document what we see ourselves as being, having, and doing in the near term. Okay, so we're not at this very second worrying about 10 years out. We're going to worry about what we're going to be doing in the next 12 to 24 months on the outside. And so we are going to buy journals, and I'm going to reimburse you for those journals. I don't give a shit if you already have the journal, to be honest with you. If you already have the journal in your possession and you can take a picture of it and show me it's empty at this time, because I don't want you using something old, because all that old shit is old shit. We're not going to use it. We're going to use something brand new or something that you have not utilized at all, okay? So you're going to take a picture of it, and you're going to text me a picture with it open, like, somewhere in the middle, somewhere, I don't care, but I want a picture of the copy of the front of it, I should say, where you have written, anything, any type of verbiage you want, really, but my future goals, my future things I will do. I don't care what your verbiage is, to be honest with you, because it's your verbiage, it's your thought process. So I will give you $5 for that, period. Also, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you $10 a day for 7 days. Okay, that's where the rest of the $75 is going to come in. So I'm going to give you $10 a day and I don't give a shit how many people join this. I will pay you out of my pocket for you to help you. $10 a day, but here's the catch. You are going to have to write in your journal and then take a picture of it and send it to me every single day. You cannot miss a day. If you miss a day, all bets are off. I'm not giving you a dime, okay? Because this is going to take a commitment. So I don't want you to participate if you're not going to commit 100%, period. So the way it's going to work is this. You are going to, in this journal, you're going to take the top part, and you are going to write down the things that you need to do to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. And then underneath that, you're going to write your paragraph out. So I don't care what your paragraph is for you, because we're all different. So if your paragraph but it has to be about where you are going to be in your future, right? So you're going to write out at least 5 things on the top. You're going to write out 5 things that you need to do every single day, and those things need to be different because I want you to actually work on those 5 things, right? So you're going to write 5 things out, and let's say you get 2 of them done and not the other 3, you're going to shift those 3 that you didn't do to the next day, and you're going to add 2 on top of it. And then underneath that, you're going to write your paragraph, right? A couple of sentences. And, so for instance, let's say your thing is, and you can be whatever it is that you want, right? I want you to start having a mental shift in your perception of where your future is going to go. So let's say that your thing is going to be, I will feed, clothe, and house, 2 billion people throughout the world, primarily throughout Africa and the African diaspora, and I will employ 250 million people. I will employ in partnership with 250 million people throughout the world, primarily throughout Africa and the African diaspora. I don't give a shit what yours is. It can be whatever it is you want, but I want something from you, and I'm going to pay you $10 a day for that. Does that make sense? I'm going to give you money to help yourself, to help you, right? So I don't get anything from it. This is your thought process, your goals, your dreams, but we have to envision ourselves in something different. So if your thing is, I want a new job, and I want this job paying me $150,000 a year, I want it to be where I am, making $150,000 a year, working 8 hours a day, vacationing, for 2 weeks out of the year, wherever it is that you see yourself. And, it can be in the Bahamas, it could be in Europe, it can be I don't care, because it is your dream, your goal, your objective to move forward in this, okay? And so it is imperative that we start moving contrary to our prior thoughts, to what we've always thought, okay? And the only way that we're going to start doing this is by taking some sort of action towards that end. And so, are you guys getting this? What we're doing here? I hope so. But so the way this is going to work, if you're interested in this project, if you're interested in participating in this, you're going to text me. You're going to text me, and you're going to text me at 951-515-4728. And this is only for the people that are on this call right now. And as usual, you have until 10:15 to text me, right? So the call's over approximately 10 o'clock, but we always go a little over. And so, but I'm giving you until 10:15 to text me your first and last name and your email address, and I want you to say, I want my $75, okay? Because I want you to show commitment. It's very easy, you guys. It's extremely easy for you all to do. So $75 to help you. That's it. So, do you guys have any thought process on this? What do you guys think about this? You can either, hit me in the chat, but if you want to say something verbally, you can do that as well. Do you guys think it's a good idea? I believe it's a brilliant idea because we want to help you all move forward. And, if it costs me, $75 a person, I think it's well worth it to help my fellow Power Monday masterminders to start moving forward. Because as I keep on explaining to you guys, that your moving forward helps me move forward, right? So, I always want you to understand that the $75, even if I spend $1,000 on this project, I'm spending $1,000 better myself. And let me explain to you why that is. Because when I spend that $75 per person, even if it's across 10 people, which is $750, what that tells me psychologically is that I can create that $750 and it will not come out of anything that I need to do. It will be $750 if it's 10 of you that choose to do this. It will be $750 that I'm going to be able to give to you guys, right? That's $75 a piece that I'll be able to give to you guys, and it won't affect me one iota. It won't affect me not in any way, shape, or form. That's why I do this. That's why, because I'm literally training myself to understand that however I give out money, however I spend money, whatever I do, it becomes nothing to me because I manifest and then subsequently create money all the time. And by giving out money for something I believe to be a worthy cause, it instills in my psyche, in which ultimately becomes creative, right? Becomes creation. It instills in my psyche that I have the power to create more money, more of whatever it is I want and desire as I so desire to have it. And that's why giving out $750 or whatever it ends up being, I just don't give a crap, because it's going to help you all, which makes me feel good. And I really believe that if you all, including myself, right, get on this thing that we know that works, because we've been told over and over and over and over and over by every so-called mind thought guru that you can ever think of, that this is the process of the mental, this is the thought process of the mind, this is the power of creation, that positive energy begets positive energy, a positive flow begets a positive flow. And so since we've been told that over and over and over again, the only difference is between people that are successful and you and I is that they are utilizing the positive thought and putting it into action, right? Because, as we know, energy is consistent and constant. So as you put your mind into something, it is forcing it into creation, right? So a thing can just be a thing, but when you put it into creation, into thought, then that's when it becomes a real live thing. That's when the formless becomes formed. Does that make sense to you guys? So with me giving you guys $700 or whatever the hell, once again, I don't know however many you're going to participate in this, but I know that me giving you $75 a piece for those of you who participate in this, it's going to help you and it's going to help me. So once again, I'm going to mention this at the end of the call, but I wanted to get it out for those of you who want to text me now. If you are going to go out, and the deal is you go out and you buy a brand new binder or journal or whatever it is. It needs to be clean, never used before, or you already have one laying around the house. On that journal, you're gonna start, or in the journal, you're gonna start doing two things, and you're gonna send me a picture. You're gonna text me the picture of every single day where you have written out, 5 things that you're doing towards your goal, right? So you're going to list out 5 things, 5 actions that you're taking on a daily basis towards your goal. And then B, you're going to write out every single day. It has to be written out, your mantra, your belief system for your future. So, and we're only going out, 24 months maximum. So where do you envision yourself? What is your belief system? And I want it in verbiage. I want it written down, that where you see yourself in the future. And I am going to pay you $10 a day. So basically, I'm giving you $5 to write down where you see yourself, where you're going to be in the next 12 to 24 months. And I'm also paying you another $5 a day for 7 days for you to simply write down 5 actions that you're taking towards this accomplishment, towards this goal. It's just a 7-day process, you guys, but it has to be submitted to me every day. So you have from the hours of 12:01 to 12 o'clock, right? It has to be submitted. So today is Monday. So if you're participating in this, you got to get it into me before 12 tonight. I have to see that text with that picture before 12 tonight, Pacific Standard Time, so California time. And right now, just so that we're all on the same page, it is 9:19 a.m. here. So, put that in your mind for wherever you're at, Eastern, Pacific, Central, whatever. Put that in your mind. It is 9:19, 9:20 right here in Southern California. And it has to be in by my time. And if you miss one day, all bets are off. I don't want any excuses. I don't care about any of the extra drama, BS, none of that stuff. If you're not on this call right here, right now, you can't participate. If you don't text me that you're participating and that you want your $75, then you got to send me your first and last name and your email address via text, and with the words "I want my $75," you have until 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, California time, to do that as well. So that's just how it's going to go. Period. No 10:16, no, none of that crap. This is for those individuals on the call right here, right now. So, if anybody has any comments on that, please, put in. But if you don't, we're going to go ahead and get started with our call. So what I want to say to you all is that as far as getting money, as far as, prospering, as far as moving forward, we are really all about that on this call. And the thing that I want you guys to understand is, on these calls, on these Power Mastermind calls, it is literally all about you and me helping you and you helping me. So, now is the time to ask. If you guys, how do you do X, Y, or Z? If I have that knowledge base, I will give it to you. And if I don't have the knowledge base, I will find that knowledge base and then subsequently give it to you. So if you have a question, please just feel free, pick up the, just throw out that question. I don't care what it is. If I have that knowledge base, I will share it with you on this call. I believe, in my heart, in my gut, that we are going to come into a very serious recession. And so I've been saying that for, like a couple of years, and it hasn't necessarily occurred. We've had some really big dips in the marketplace and what have you. But what I'm saying to you all is, because I believe that so fervently, so adamantly, I'm saying to you all, get your house in order. Let's get your credit right. For those of you who want, in my opinion, one of the best ways to get your credit right. There's a book, and it's called "Good Credit is Sexy." I'm telling you guys, it is an awesome book. And if you go to the Credit Info Center, that's where you can find the book "Good Credit is Sexy." For it's either $29 or $39. You can buy a crap load of pre-canned letters already ready to go. Just, you're going to change various little things on it, right? Because you don't want to use the exact verbiage. But I'm just telling you guys, now is the time. Let's get your credit house in order. Because what I really want you to do is get your credit house in order. Go to your Secretary of State. Find out what it takes to create a corporation in your specific state. And then once you have your credit in order, once you have your corporation set up, I want you to go out and start accumulating as much capital as you possibly can. Because at the end of the day, if everything hits the fan, so to speak, you want to have as much of their money in your possession as you possibly can, period. You want to have as much money of other people's, the lending institutions, the whatever. Because if we have this recession, and let's say you've accumulated $50,000 that you have set aside, or $100,000 that you have set aside, or for those of you who are really about your business, you end up doing several $100,000. Let's say you have a spouse or a partner, and you guys work together, and then subsequently, go after as much money, in particular, business line of credit cards, and business line of credit loans as you can get. And for the really savvy people that are really going to put in some work, as much corporate credit as you can possibly get. But corporate credit is obviously it's a more difficult thing, because in the beginning it's going to be nothing but trade credit, right? But trade credit can be good, because you can buy if you build your credit properly, you can go out and buy a vehicle with trade credit. So we want to, we always want to keep that in mind, right? You can do things with that trade credit. So this is what I really want us to, as a grouping, as the Power Monday Masterminders, right, is to start taking in consideration our business ventures, whatever we're moving towards. We want to see how we can move in a direction that would make us not impervious necessarily to a downturn, but where we can not, die because of it, right? Meaning our business, not personally, but where our business, we want it to thrive during a recession, but if not, at minimum, we need it to be able to continue on, because those businesses that are going to be able to make it on the other side, if we have this recession, will be first in line for whatever, because you'll still be in business. You will have built your name during that period of time as being around, as being there, and that's all very, very important for us. And one of the ways that is going to happen is if we have, all of our ducks in a row, so to speak, and we have our personal credit right, our business credit right, and subsequently our corporate credit right. And so I really want everybody on this call to start doing that. And that is one of the reasons why we're doing this project, where I'm willing to give each and every person that participates $75 out of my pocket to help you help yourself. and it's just imperative that we move together. It's just so important for us to understand that we are so much greater than we've given ourselves credit for. I was talking to a young lady last night, one of my students, and she was giving me a lot of praise for getting her to where she's at. But what I had to say to her is that so last month she did $40,000, right? So she was giving me praise for that. She was like, Pascal, last month I did 40 grand. I'm doing great this month, and right now I'm paying out $6,000 a month in employees. And she said it all came from you. And I was like, that is so phenomenal, right? And I was like, girl, you know what? You're killing the game. You're generating more money than I do. Honestly, she's making more money than I do. But we do things differently, and so she is out there taking, this stream of information that I gave her. And then she subsequently built upon that stream of information. And now, like I told her, she's created Niagara Falls. So she took this little bitty stream and then subsequently turned it into freaking Niagara Falls. And it wasn't me, so I do appreciate the credit that she gave me, but it was that fact that she took it upon herself to take what I gave her and ran with it. And so I'm just telling you people that one of the people that were on the call several weeks ago, and I gave you all of my information. I just literally gave you the stuff that I know how to make money with. That's what she had. That's what she had, and she's knocking on average between $20,000 and $30,000 per month. Last month, she did 40 grand. And she says she's building constantly. And you guys have that information, and it is all about her helping other people get money, right? Because everybody wants to get money. You guys that are on that call that got all of that information have the golden goose. You guys have as much information as I gave this young lady, right? And she paid me for it. You guys got it for free. And she is now keep in mind, she did her due diligence. She studied it. And then she went out and got more information, but that was her starting point. She paid me, and she ran with it. You know how many people I give information to and don't do anything with it? I'm willing to bet that the vast majority of the people I gave that information to freely haven't done a thing with it. I'm willing to bet that they haven't read line one. I know they haven't. The comments that I got back from people.
That's not true.
Okay, well, if you have, good for you. See, but you're going to be one of the rare ones, right? You're going to be one of the rare ones that
right.
Did read it. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Are you acting upon it? That's the key. Because reading it is powerful. So that makes you part of the 1% because you read it. Being part of the fraction of the percent are those individuals that actually act upon what they read. So which are you? Are you still part of the 1%, or are you acting upon what you've read?
I would say the 1% that actually took the initiative to read it and act on it.
Okay. Well, you know what? Kudos to you. I mean, serious biz. That is a good list. That is a real good.
I will say this. I will back you up, and shame on all the others that didn't apply themselves to utilize that important information. Shame on you.
Well, I'm not gonna say I had, but okay. But the thing is, y'all, this young lady is, when I met her, she, she was doing what she had to do. Now she's doing what she wants to do, right?
Absolutely.
Because taking a little bit of the information and working it. And, so look, people, like she's like, well, hey, Pascal, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So she does it differently than I. She does what I showed her to do. But, I had an epiphany somewhere along the way. And so I don't want to do it in the way that she's doing, even though it's out there. So for her, what works, what she's doing is she's helping people getting money, and then she's taking 10 to 15% of that on the back end, right? And nothing wrong with that, because people are obviously willing to pay that, okay? So she charges them up front, and then she charges them on the back. And so she's making a killing. And that was my mindset when I used to teach that. But then my mindset changed to, I don't want to take from my folks like that, right? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, as a matter of fact, kudos to her for being about her business, because she's helping people get real money, like a lot of money. And so it's worth it for them to give her, X amount of dollars up front and X amount of dollars on the back end. But for me, I want to do something different. Not that my way is any better than hers, but my way is better for Pascal, right? And so for me, I charge people $5,000 one time, and then they got me for an entire year, as opposed to, and they can build as much money as they want. And I don't care, I give them the tools. I'm not doing it for them. I just give you the tools, and I give you the conversation, and I give you the coaching in order for you to, if you create $50, you create $500,000, that's on you. But I feel more comfortable with just charging my $5,000 up front and then giving of myself to that person for an entire year, coaching them and teaching them for an entire year. That's what makes me happy. But for her, she does it in her way, and that's what makes her happy. And neither way is wrong, right? But what I'm saying is that she has taken all of this positive, very good information, and is putting it to use. And you guys should be doing the same thing. And then subsequently, if you're not doing it for other people, you should be doing it for yourself. The same way that she's able to get money for her clients, she has a dog pickup and delivery service, that she's creating. So and she got $50,000 for that. She was like, Pascal, I'm just so happy, I was able to get $50,000, for my business. I'm gonna send you pictures of my of her little van that she bought, and she bought her van on corporate credit, by the way. And so she bought this van, and then she was able to get $50,000 loan for her dog business. And all it is a dog transport business for the people that really are into their pooches. The dog transport business, from the way I understand it, will pick up dogs from the house, take them to the vet, back to the owner's home. We'll pick up the dogs and either take them for a walk, take them to the dog park, whatever transportation that needs to happen for that dog, and who ever thought of that? I mean, I think it's brilliant, right? Because, the pet industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Here in Southern California, I see these dog groomer vans just, here, there, and everywhere. And it's just like, I mean, come on now. And some of them have these like really huge vans, and I'm like, they must be doing I don't know, obviously, but I assume that they're doing a really good business, because they have like a little mini motorhome that they're driving around, going to people's homes, doing the dog grooming. So it really is just an awesome concept. You need someone to take your dog to the vet, and sit with the dog while it's at the vet or whatever. People love their pets, and they just, as we all are, we're busy. And so if the same way that Amazon works and people are having stuff either shipped to them via Amazon or eBay or Etsy or pick one, right? So it's the same way that the mindset is shifting about everything we do. All this, the ancillary work that people have in their lives, in their existence, they're outsourcing it, right? I don't want to go to oh my God, I had a neighbor, and every freaking day she would have a box from Amazon. And I was just like, that is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to me. That is the craziest crap ever, every single day. And I would say to her, so what did you get today? And she, I needed toilet paper and paper towels. And I'm like, Stater Brothers, which is a grocery store, is right up the street. It's literally, a mile away. And in the car, it takes, 5 minutes to get there. Sam's Club is just a little bit further away than that, and you can get like this huge, like I do, a huge thing of 50 rolls of toilet paper or something like that. But she's like, no, everything is Amazon. And literally everything was Amazon. Her clothes, toiletries. Just the list goes on, because she could go to work, come home, play with her cats or whatever the hell she did. And that was her. That's what made her happy. So she didn't want to go to the grocery store. She didn't want to go, And so that's the thing. And so this dog grooming business that this young lady has started, oh my God. And a bank gave her $50,000 for that dog grooming business. And if that's not the most awesome, crazy stuff ever, I don't know what is. So she has $50,000. It is really some awesome, crazy stuff.
That's so awesome. I just want to say, Pascal, you're amazing. And I got on a call just in time. And what you're offering to people is amazing and awesome as well. And I want to thank you for thinking outside the box and for giving back, because a lot of people don't realize the power of your suggestion. So I have many mentors that do exactly what you're proposing and writing your goals down, because we keep them in our head, and then life happens and we go about our day and go about our weeks and go about our months, and then it turns to years and we haven't accomplished a lot of things. Now, that's not everybody, but I'm one of those people. I keep it in my head, and you and I have talked about this, and we're going to write it down, and then we do, and then we don't stick with it, or we don't even write it down at all. And that's more so with me than you. And so I think what you're offering your people is just invaluable. And most people are not going to realize how invaluable until they get started. And for those of you who might be, I don't really feel like it, or you know what, I'm not going to even bother, $75 or whatever. It's not about the money per se. $75 is minor in comparison to what your value you're going to get out of it. Because once you start those 7 days, and if you continue, they say you change your habit doing something for 21 days. I don't know why it's 21 days, but it's 21 days. And researchers have shown, and mentors have talked about it. And you write something down, or you change your habit. But whatever it is, if you do it for 21 days, you automatically change. And that's interesting, because a lot of people go to the gym and they're like, I'm going to get started at the beginning of the year, and a week later they're falling off. 3 days later they're falling off. And you're all excited and you want to do these things, but if you don't do it continuously, you'll stop and go back to your old habit, and nothing will change. So I encourage you to take up Pascal's offer. Even if you don't want the $75, donate it to somebody. But set in your mind, as he's mentioned, your mindset to writing exactly what he said. And I'm just going to go by a couple of verses on Think and Go Rich, desire. And they talk about it, and each book has it in a different page. But the book I'm reading it's on page 26 and 27. I think in other books it's in 37 or something to that point. But whatever you want, fixing your mind, first thing, there are 6 steps to achieving what you want to achieve, including money. So if one of those things, I encourage you at the very top as well, one of your first thing is, how much money do you want to make in whatever you're going to do? Whatever it is. Even if it's just a goal of losing weight and or a goal of wanting, I don't know, 1,000 more people in your business, whatever that is, whether it's monetary or it's something physical or something you're desiring in your business to happen, put a monetary value as well on it. Because losing weight is going to make you empowered, it's going to make you feel better, it's going to make you want to do more things, which in return will yield you more money because you've changed your mindset. So fixing your mind, the exact amount of money you desire. It is not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. Be definite as to the amount. So a lot of people go, oh, well, how much money do you want? Oh, I want a lot of money. Well, what does that mean? Because a lot of money to me is not the same as a lot of money to Pascal. We were talking about this on Friday because my goal was to have 500,000 to retire. Well, today that's not nearly enough. You need 1.7 million to retire, and at that, it's 80,000 per year for 20 years. That's all it'll last. So that may not even be enough. And you might say, well, 80,000, that's plenty for me. Whatever your number is what your number is. So I've changed my number. Pascal's number is a larger number. His was 2.5 million, I believe. Mine now, my goal is to have 5 million by the time I'm 55 years old. Well, I'm 52 and a half. And so it's creeping up. But I'm going to take Pascal's challenge and do these for the next 7 days and then continue. So the second thing you need to do is determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. So again, it could be money or it could be something else that you want to have accomplished. And so what Pascal said earlier, he's doing these things. This is how he's doing to give back and helping his organization. What I think is just great, it's fabulous, it's amazing. Third, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire or intend to possess whatever that other thing is. So in other words, I just stated by my 55th birthday, my birthday's in January, and so by my 55th birthday, I want to have 5 million, because you can't just say, oh, you know, I want $3 million or I want $10 million or I want $20 million. Okay, well, when are you going to achieve it? Then you'll just be out there like blowing in the wind because you haven't set a date. There's something powerful about setting that date, and then especially when you see it happen. So one time I said I had wrote down my goal that I wanted to have a house by the time I was 35. Well, I closed my house 2 days after my 35th birthday. And unfortunately, I didn't write the date of when I wrote that. So that's important too. Write down today's date on your journal so that you can reflect back and see, wow, I wrote this on today, August, whatever today is. I haven't looked at my calendar, 2019. And some of your goals have accomplished. And you go, oh, wow, this happened in months. Wow, this happened 6 months. Wow, this happened a year. Oh, wow, this only took a couple of years. Set a date. And that was the one thing that I regret not doing, because I didn't get to see when I wrote it and then when it actually happened. Because, see, I wrote it and then I put the book away. And it wasn't until I was unpacking in my house that then I saw that goal, and it actually happened. It actually happened. Can show you my escrow papers. I can show you my birth certificate, and you'll see 2 days after my January 17th, 2 days after my birthday, we closed escrow. So that was awesome to see that. And fourth, create a definite plan. So this is what Pascal's saying. Create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. And I'm going to repeat that, whether you are ready or not. Many times we don't do certain things because we're not ready. But if you just start writing, what does it cost you? A few minutes of your time to write down the things that you want to do, the things that you want to accomplish? It doesn't take a lot of time. But if you get started, you'll be amazed that, wow, you thinking, oh, I don't have that much. And then pretty soon, 3 pages later, you're still writing. So the fifth, write out a clear and concise statement of the amount of money you intend or whatever that goal is. State what you intend to give in return for the money and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. So this one lady, she did this. She wanted a house, but she just didn't want the house. She wanted each room to be specific. The living room, the kitchen, she wanted a certain color, she wanted certain flooring, she wanted certain tiles, she wanted 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. She wanted specific things in this house. Lo and behold, and she had pictures and everything. She did a dream board. She finds the exact house. How crazy is that? Now, I'm in real estate, and to tell you to find exactly what you want, hard to find. Because each house just has just a little something that you want, but doesn't have the other stuff. This woman, because she wrote it down, and it wasn't built, and it wasn't built to her specifications, and then she added whatever, and so she got her house. No, this house was already built and had exactly what she wanted. Amazing. When I heard the story, I was just blown away. And the last thing, and then I'll stop with this, read your written statement out loud twice daily. So whatever that is, I want $5 million by my 55th birthday. Okay. Read that in the morning when you get up, and read it again at night before you go to bed. And as you read, see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money, or whatever that is, that car, that boat, that house, your family a certain way, your business a certain way, whatever that is, because it just doesn't have to be money. Whatever that is, because if you don't put a feeling to it, it's not going to happen. I guarantee you, because you're not connected. So whatever that is, take your journal, read it in the morning when you get up, read it at night before you go to sleep, and feel and believe, very important, believe yourself already in possession of the money or that thing, whatever that thing is, and you will see things to start to change. With the Think and Grow Rich and touring around and meeting a bunch of people and them talking about how they read the book 20 years ago, 10 years ago, someone gave them the book, a mentor gave them a book, they happened to stumble upon it, they bought it at a yard sale or whatever it is, and they started putting these principles in effect as Pascal's asking you to do. Watch and be amazed. And I'm going to guess Pascal's going to, every month or every week or however he's going to do it, have another call. I would say around the same date, maybe. That's up to you, Pascal. You think of what you want to do. And then just have people get on the call and say, hey, since I've been writing, this has changed. I have done this. I have done that. Because it's also important to share. It's very inspiring for people to hear that these things are working for other people as well, not just in your life, but for others as well. And if certain things are not happening yet, then it's inspiring for you to hear that it's happening for someone else. Or another way to maybe help yourself, maybe you're stuck in something and how you can move forward. So these calls are great. I'm going to stop talking now. I've already spoken for 10 minutes, I think. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm inspired this morning on this call, as I always am, but super inspired. I'm going to take the challenge. Thank you, Pascal, for thinking of this and moving forward. And I think it's just going to be amazing to hear all the different things that people are going to accomplish because of this. So thank you.
Awesome. That was Denise, everybody, one of my business partners and long-term best buddy. So, hey, kudos, clap, to Denise. I have the picture. I just emailed it to, I emailed it to myself so I could pull it up on the screen of this young lady I was talking about, of her van that she sent it to me last night. It's cute. It's called Paws and Tails in Transit. So like paws, like a dog paws, the little doggy paws, and tails in transit. And then, she just has the van all done up with little dogs on the side and all that. But, isn't that like the most awesome thing is she had this idea. It was probably a year ago that she was talking about it. I believe it had to be a year ago that she was talking about putting it into action. She was like, well, Pascal, I have this idea, and this is the idea. I'm going to this, I'm going to that. And, lo and behold, I remember when she bought the van, because she was like, well, did I tell you about the van? And I was like, yeah, you told me about the van. But, I've never seen any pictures of it or what have you. And she's like, well, I had the wrap done. I had this done. I had that done, and I got the $50,000 loan to do the business. And so I have it up. And so for those of you who are online, you can actually see the picture of her van. And then for those of you who will watch this recording later, you'll be able to see the picture, so on and so forth. But, dude, come on now. How awesome is that? It's a serious deal. It's like if she put her mind to it, the same way that she had put her mind to starting the business of helping people. And I'm telling you guys, and I mean this sincerely, she, in very little time, took what I gave her and ran with it. She literally ran with it, and she had no starting point other than the information that I gave her. Zero starting point, right? Because I can tell you exactly what happened. She had bought a program from me, let's say several years prior to her getting this other information from me. And since she had bought a program from me and, we were cool, we had conversation on a regular basis, I just gave her the other information, right? And she was like, because I was like, okay, well, hey, I just made X amount of dollars. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I just made, X amount of dollars this month. And she was like, oh, Pascal, you got to show me that. You got to show me that. And I was like, you know what? If you pay me, then I'll walk you through it. But if you want to just get the information, I'll just give it to you. And she was like, can you just give me the information? And she got the information, and then she was on fire, literally. And she just, well, not literally, but she was on fire. And she just knocked down the doors. And then the next thing I know, she has all these lending institutions, banks, and all this other stuff that she's working with. And I'm just like, girl, please, what are you doing? She's like, Pascal, I'm serious about this. I'm serious about this. And I'm like, you know what? You are way serious about it. And she's like, because I want a certain life. I want this. I want that. And I'm just like, you know what? I can't knock you. I can't knock you. And she's killing the game. She feels so proud about the fact that she's able to pay a couple of employees, that are working part-time, like $3,000 a month per. You know, I mean, how awesome is that? How great is that she took, you know, a little bit of information and now is making a great living from it, and moreover is benefiting other people by being able to pay them, you know, her you know, like $6,000 in total revenue paid out for assistance, right? I mean, come on now. That is the dream of the dream, right? Is to be able to, you know, to successfully put something together so that you're able to bring other people, you know, help them with whatever their dream it is at whatever their level. And for most people, we already know their dream is just to get a job with somebody decent that's gonna, you know, treat them halfway decent. That's the average person's dream. That's not our dream, right? Because we are entrepreneurs. Now, I'm not saying that we won't work for somebody because we, you know, it's what we need to do at this point in time. Or for some of us, it is a career. So we're going to finish out that career and get that retirement, which makes a lot of sense. But that does not mean that simultaneously you can't have a dream of creating something in addition to that. You know what I mean? So it's not always going to be that, oh my God, I'm going to, you know, go over here and create this $1 million or something, you know, and quit my job. It could be, oh, I love my job, but I also love doing this, whatever that this is for you. And so we want to help you, promote you, give to you, pour into you, right? Pour into you as much as we can to help you get and be and develop whatever it is that you want to be. You know, and that is our objective, y'all, is for us as a grouping, as a team, to pour into one another so that each one of us can become what we so desire to become. And, you know, think about all the stuff that Dee, her name is Denise, but if you hear me saying Dee, it's my girl Denise, okay? So, but just think about all the stuff that Dee was just saying to you guys. You know, I mean, it's just like, power, and more power, right? So listen, this is the call is about up. I'm gonna make this offer one more time. I've gotten several text messages from people, but I'm telling you, if you're not in by 10:15, it is 9:59 Pacific Standard Time, California time, and if you're not in, so what? Then you're not in, right? But you have till 10:15 to text me, and you can do as my other buddy did, right? Let me look at her text, and let me get out of here. Oop-a-doop-a-doop. Give me 1 second. And so my other buddy and awesome human being, Dr. B, text me, good morning to you. I want my $75, right? Because she's in it with us. So for the rest of you, if you want your $75, if you want to participate with us, with the group, be a part of this, you know, part of our tribe. This is our tribe, y'all. This is not Pascal's tribe. This is not, you know, autocratic rule. This is not a kingdom. This is a democracy, if you will. And this is about us helping each other, for us entrepreneurs, for us people, us human beings to grow and be better and just become everything that we want to be and desire to be, right? And that means not just in our business life, but in our personal life. You know, like it's just imperative that we become a fully functional, well-rounded human being, because, you know, money is awesome as hell. Money is just like super duper great. But if every other aspect of your existence is shit, then the money is not going to make any difference. If you are unhealthy, if you are, I think it was Denise I was having that conversation with. She was talking about the Apple guy, Steve Jobs. You know, crazy rich, crazy sick rich, right? Billions of dollars. Died. Sick. At the end of his time, you know, his money didn't mean a thing to him. I'm sure. I don't, because I don't know this cat, right? And didn't know him, but I'm sure he, like a whole lot of people, at the end of his time, was like, I could probably give up these, 20, 30 billion to live another 10 good years. Even if it's in an apartment, I could probably give up this 20, 30 billion to have another, 10, 20, 30 years of healthy existence. And so we want to be all of that. We want the full circle. And so I've told a couple of different people that suggested, strongly, Talandra and Denise and a couple of other people, like my wife, have said adamantly, stop calling yourself fat. But I have chosen to call myself big and sexy, right? So I'm just, not even big and sexy. I'm just a little healthy and sexy, right? So I have told myself that by the end of December, I will be running a mile a day. Right now I walk, between 2 and 3 miles a day. On the weekends, I'll walk 4. But, so that's my objective, and I'm, people say, oh, yeah, you'll reach that well before December. But, what, I have to do what's good for Pascal, right? So for me, I gave myself to the end of December. So if November 1st I'm jogging a mile, fantastic. But I've given myself until December, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because it is imperative that we give ourselves, and you guys want to keep this in mind when you're writing down, your objectives as well as your 5 things, right? So as well as the 5 things that you're going to do to reach that particular objective. The deal is, y'all, that we want our objectives bite-sized. We don't want them to be platefuls. We want them to be bite-sized, because what happens psychologically when you have a huge thing to accomplish, your mind, because this is how we are trained and this is how we have been developed, our minds go, oh my God, I can't do that. Oh my God, it's too much. Oh my God. We start having all these different, fears because fears is embedded in everything. So, but we have all these different fears and doubts and so on and so forth. And so we are literally creating the, how should I say it? We are literally creating our failure before we started. So, in your objectives, in the things that you're going to write down, in the things that you're going to put out, we're going to make it bite-sized. We have 24 months, right? So we're not trying to do 5 years out. We're not doing 10 years out. We have these great, goals to create $1 billion or $1 million or whatever your thing is. Right here, right now, y'all, we are going to work on a 12 to 24 month objective, and that's our thing. So is yours, I want to buy this house? Is yours, I want to start my business and get it to generate a profit, and what is that profit, specifically that you want it to do? Is yours, I want to create, I don't know, $100,000, or do I want to create $1 million, or I want to, whatever it is, I just don't care. It has to be your thing. And so, but I want it to be bite-sized. I want it to be something that you can truly envision. So for some of us, we can envision $1 million. For other of us, it might be $50,000 that we envision, and neither of it is good, bad, or indifferent. So we want it to be bite-sized. What is your vision? What is your dream? What is your objective? What is your goal? And we want that to be realistic for you, because as you're going through it, as you're going through the process, I'm telling you guys, you will get to a point where as you see that vision is right there in front of you, then you can expand upon that vision and go even further, right? So if your vision is $50,000, let's say, I mean, it could be 10. I don't, once again, it's your vision that you want $50,000 in cash, in your bank, whatever, and you want all your bills paid off. Fantastic goal, fantastic vision. So that is something that you can see. That is something that's palpable, something you can taste. So you need to start writing down every day. Obviously we're starting off with 7 days. The rest of it has to be on you, because I'm not going to continue paying you for you to help you. But in the beginning, I'm going to pay you to help you. So I've been getting a crap load of text messages, which is all love. You guys, please, please, please. Oh my God. I'm not only getting text messages, but I'm also getting pictures of books, journals, if you will, showing that they're ready to get cracking and going. That is so awesome, Dr. B. Oh my God. Okay, so more. Hi, Pascal. I know you didn't respond to anything. I want to get my business and I need 600K. Thanks. Well, you know what? If that's your goal, that's your dream, that's your objective, let's work towards it. You want your $75? Let's start, y'all. And somebody else, tell me what I said. What is the criteria? Denise, are you still on the line? Dr. B, Talander, whomever, tell me what the goals and the objectives are for this project. Somebody else say it other than me. So I make sure that all of us have an understanding of it. Anybody?
I'm down. Hey, happy Monday, everyone. It's Talandra in the house. I just wanted to say that me and Pascal talk all the time. So some months ago, he'll co-sign for this. It was a conversation that we had. And I really didn't think he was going to take it serious. But it is proof in the pudding with that whole process. And what I wanted to add was it Dr. Denise? Was it Denise? Let's talk in a moment. In addition to what her and Pascal are saying, it really works. It's effective. And it helps you to list your goals and your visions and your dreams all in one. And then it's never too late to add to that list. If you come across something, you read, you're driving, you notice, you hear something maybe on television or radio or another call, you can always add those things to your list. And what happens is, I would say maybe over 15, 20 years ago, my mother called it an affirmation. So what your list is, guys, it's an affirmation. And an affirmation is something that you read daily. And what happens is the words are so powerful that you've written, that reciting it and verbalizing it every day, you don't realize subconsciously that it becomes in your mind, embedded, it's there. That's why I'm adding, pick that list up every day, every single day. And then it becomes a part of you, just like an affirmation. What's in an affirmation is what happens if you continue to read it, apply it is what is happening. And you don't even realize simultaneously it's all the one thing behind the other. And the next thing you know, you wake up, you're living your dream. You're embedded in your vision. And then you're constantly growing. And because of that original affirmation that you're reading daily, it also prepares you for what's to come. Does that make sense?
That is it. That is it. I mean, we can should change the verbiage, but it's the same thing. That is it, right? So I'm going to just tell you guys what I have become or developed the habit of is I'm listening to a lot of different people talk about a lot of stuff, right? And so I was listening to Bob Proctor this morning on a YouTube video as I was out getting my jog in, and what Talandra just said is exactly what he said. and it's just that is, I mean, he added a little bit more to it, Bob Proctor, but it's exactly what Talandra was just saying. Is it's transforming that energy of thought into a thing. It's just that. It's your affirmation, as Talandra was saying. So and then y'all, I mean, all these people are saying it. We that don't necessarily live it, and these people are doing better than us, and the people that follow those things are doing better than us. I would kind of venture to say that then we need to flip the script and start doing what these people are doing so that we can be better than where we are now. And quite honestly, what the hell do you have to lose? I mean, I was thinking, actually, I was talking to a gentleman at the park this morning, and, he was like congratulating me on getting my jog in, and he was saying that, we watch so much TV, and he goes, and I get absolutely nothing from it. And it made me think, I was like, dude, you're so right. I get zero from it, but I'll spend 4 hours watching TV and complain about getting up in the morning to come out and spend an hour to exercise. And the TV, it literally ends right there, right? But that exercise, that hour of exercise I get in the morning, it plays into my future. It plays into my better health. And you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, writing this stuff down will take us no time at all, but how well does it play into our future and into the person that we want to become, as opposed to just staying in the muck and the mire of the person we are, right? There is nothing that we cannot do, and especially as a grouping, as a team, as a Power Monday Mastermind community, we have the ability, through your knowledge, through my knowledge, to empower each and every one of us to become the most awesome freaking people on this planet and to accomplish whatever it is that we want and desire. But we have to put in the work. And, Talandra's not going to put in the work for me. Denise is not going to put in the work for me. Dr. B is not going to put in the work for me. Franco, who's always on the call, he's not going to put in the work for me. No one else is going to put in the work for Pascal. But what you all can do for Pascal, even though I have to do the work, is give me that support and that knowledge base that I need, right? That's what we can do for each other. So, listen, you guys, we can obviously continue on over and over. Does anybody else have anything that they want to add?
I have one question, Pascal.
Yes.
Very important. Since we're starting today and you want us to take a picture of our page every single day, by what does the day constitute? Is it midnight or is it 10 o'clock tomorrow, since we're starting here at 10 o'clock?
No, everything has to be into me. For those who are participating, everything has to be into me between between 12:01 a.m. to 12 tonight, right? So when it hits 12, that's a day. So you have the full day to get it into me. If the person goes into the, you know what? I'm gonna back that up. Actually, I'm gonna say it like this, because that's just way too much time for no reason. I'm gonna say this. We're gonna change that. A person has, because everybody's on different time frames. So everybody has from 12:01, so from midnight, 12:01 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, California time. That's it. Because I was waiting for, like then no. So that's the rules, y'all. You have from 12 o'clock, from 12:01 California time to 9 p.m. California time to get a picture of your journal in. If you're back east, what is that? 12 o'clock? 12 o'clock at night. If you're in California or Central time, well, if you're in Central time, that's 11 o'clock. Back east, 12. California is going to be 9 o'clock. So that's more than enough time for those of you who are serious. And if you miss a day, all bets are off. period. I don't care. If you miss a day, you weren't that serious to begin with, and I'll keep my little $75. So every day, you have more than enough time to go get a little binder of some sort, and you need to, it needs to be either brand new that you already have at your house or brand new that you go pick up from the store. I don't care if you pick one up. Anywhere it goes, it's going to be $75, and I will gladly Zelle or PayPal anybody that participates. So it's going to be either Zelle or PayPal. You make your choice. It's going to be one of those ways. I'm not mailing anybody anything. So you can either get it via Zelle or you can get it via PayPal. And if you don't have your, actually the time is up. It's 10:18 right now. And if you don't have if I don't have a text from you by 10:15, well, too bad for you, right? Because this is power, y'all. And if you don't take advantage of the opportunities that are laid out in front of you, when they're laid out in front of you, that's shame on you. Anybody else have anything to add before we get off the phone?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming on the call and for speaking up and participating. You guys, I really appreciate you guys more than I could ever express. So thank you guys so very much. And, let's do good things.
Thank you, Pascal.
You're welcome, sir. My man, Franco?
Yes, sir.
Well, how's everything in your world?
I'll talk to you on the phone. This week.
Everything was good, but
everything was good. But everything was good except that I went through a little scared this week. But I'll talk to you on the phone.
Okay. All right, everybody, and just you always remember how fortunate we are to be here, y'all. Because I'm going to a funeral tomorrow for a 34-year-old young man, and he. A guy I grew up with, his son was a highway patrol officer here in California, and this guy that I grew up with, he just got married for the first time in his life, and he's like 58, I think, but he was a confirmed bachelor. But he just got married, and within a week of him getting married, his son was killed in the line of duty here in Riverside, California, and as a highway patrolman. And when I saw my friend on Saturday at a combination of a celebration of life for his son as well as a celebration for his wedding, when I saw him on Saturday, he was saying that his son had been working a crap load of overtime, so that he can, and he was supposed to move into his brand new house that Saturday, the same day as the celebration, which was this past Saturday. So he was supposed to move in, and so you see how our life is so short and so precious, and I don't think that beautiful young man, this great human being that I've known before he was born, he expected to be moving into his property, and because of one idiot, his life is no more. He's not here, and so it is imperative that we be and enjoy our lives and be the best that we can in every aspect. And for me personally, and hopefully for you all, that we're able to leave a positive legacy when we do go, when we do leave this earthly plane that we're on. So anyways, you guys, be well, be happy. I wish all of you prosper and good health. All right. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all next Monday, and take care. Bye-bye.